go on regular, just Google News. Wait a minute, what's this? Oh, I know what this is. Hell is freezing over for PlayStation and Xbox on August 26th.
What?
It says hell is freezing. I just brought up Google, just news, right?
Yeah.
Just to see. And the first thing is hell is freezing over for PlayStation and Xbox on August 26th. So I think I know what this is about.
Helldivers 2.
Console wars seem to be over. August 26th, PlayStation will be publishing one of its console's exclusives on Xbox. The same day that Xbox is bringing one of its most popular franchises to PS5.
Oh, thank you. God, Halo.
I don't know. Third parties are not popular franchise. Call of Duty, gaming. All right, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Xbox released Indiana Jones Great Circle as well as Forza Horizon 5 on PS5, the latter providing a massive success. PlayStation published game Helldivers 2 is going to Xbox on August 26th. Yeah, okay, so... Oh, Gears of War Reloaded will be released on PS5.
That's how Gears of War is already on PS5.
This is... Whatever the case may be, that very same day we'll see Gears of War Reloaded released for PS5, marking the debut of the blockbuster third-person shooter franchise on PlayStation consoles.
Okay, maybe I was on.
Helldivers 2 going to Xbox, which that's been...
Dude, the community's gonna blow back up.
It is. I heard about this a few days ago, and I jumped on yesterday, the day before. I think it was the day before.
Let me guess, raise the level to 300.
No.
And you're already there.
They haven't done anything yet with levels. I think if they're doing what I heard rumor-wise, I think we talked about it before. With the point system, was like, that's psychotic. They're like, oh yeah, to get to level 155, you have to have 3 million XP or whatever it is. This is a stupid number, but it's something comparable to that. I'm like, I have just over 2 million with almost 1,000 hours into the game. That's fucking crazy. It's like, oh, we're gonna raise it to 300, but each level will be a fucking 10 billion points. So you'll have to play for about a year and a half nonstop
No
to
sleeping,
get
no
half
eating,
a level.
No drinking, no shitting, no masturbating.
And yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I kind of figured. I didn't know we were getting Gears of War. Kind of figured we weren't going to get Halo, because like what Xbox biggest? They have like what 4 or 5 huge. They have Fable. They got
Fable's not even relevant anymore.
Not anymore. No, I think that's more like what they're known for. Like Halo. Halo's another one.
Yeah.
Like what 343 I think was the studio that put Halo out. I don't know.
Bungie. The original? No.
I think the original was 343.
No. Hold on. But if I'm correct, Bungie was the original. Hold on. Who was the original studio to release Halo? Was Bungie, yeah.
Was it Bungie?
The original studio to release the first Halo game, Halo Combat Evolved, was Bungie. Bungie developed the game, and it was published by Microsoft Studios as the launch title for the original Xbox console in 2001. Because originally, this is why, dude, I've always been a fucking hardcore fan of Halo. I loved Halo back in the day. And then when Project Destiny was originally talked about, it was supposed to be like the next big up-and-coming Bungie game. Xbox was like...
Didn't it do well, Destiny?
Oh, Destiny 1 and 2 did amazingly on PlayStation.
Right.
Because Microsoft was like, nah, bitch, give us another Halo. Bungie's like, nah, bitch, like, we want to give you...
Yeah, but doesn't Bungie suck now?
No. Bungie still kicks ass.
I heard Bungie was, like, actually faltering.
I know there was a little bit of fan fall off because of the last couple of DLCs with Destiny 2.
Right.
And since Bungie really hasn't done much since, other games-wise.
Right.
But no, Bungie's still a strong, like...
Maybe it wasn't Bungie, maybe it was something else. But, yeah, going on, I didn't think, because, the last, 3 Halo games have just been Yeah, it just got worse and worse. It's like, how do you like? Xbox is known for Halo. Like Halo is Xbox, right? How, as a publisher, not even a publisher, as a developing team, how do you fuck up your number one franchise for this console, really, this name brand, 3 times in a row?
Easy. It's called cash grabs.
And not, yeah, but they just keep doing it. And just, if you're going to do a cash grab with a small franchise, or you take like, hey, we're going to redo Secret of Mana like they did.
Ugh.
That's a cash grab because you're taking an IP that already existed that really hasn't been touched in 30 years, and then you redo it, you put it out there and be like, $30, people are going to buy it, especially like old school gamers. But Halo is more of like the gen after that. That's like your flagship.
Well, okay, so maybe I am saying the right thing, but maybe my implications with that turn of phrase is a little bit different. Not turn of phrase, terminal, choice of words.
Okay.
Final Fantasy typo. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
That's definitely Sony.
But well, no, what I'm saying is like, if you slap the name Final Fantasy on a game, you automatically got a hardcore fan base who's played and beaten just about every Final Fantasy game ever made.
Right.
I see the name Final Fantasy on it, I'm going to grab it and go. Because I love Final Fantasy games.
Resident Evil.
What was it? The Umbrella Chronicles? No.
No, that was one. Umbrella Chronicles was garbage.
Dead Aim?
Dead Aim was garbage.
Yep. You slapped the title on it.
I'm willing to give Dead Aim a pass only because they were trying something different and it just fucking...
Was that the first person?
A first person shooter.
Yeah. Where no matter what, you still die.
Yeah, but
the ship blows up at the end.
But only because they were trying to do something different. Everything else within that first-person shooter was absolute fucking dog shit.
But,
the story sucked.
So you slap the name on it,
right?
And automatically you've got the fanboys.
Like a hair, like in my eye, I see like a golden. It's a golden shower. It's all over me. Anyway,
sorry. We'll just digitally animate that in. You brought it up, not me.
That's another time. Anyway,
you have big tits though. How did you miss them and hit yourself?
Yes, you're right. The one giant broad from the one Resident Evil game.
I would bang the piss out of her.
Is she like 8 feet tall?
I don't care, madam something.
Yeah, madam, what the fuck?
They put the mods on in the game, and they take away her dress and put her in like black nightie, lingerie, panties, and bra.
I think I did.
I don't fuck care who you are. It's hot. So I love how people think they're above this shit. Motherfucker, you come from the same gene pool I do. It's called humanity.
We all had the naked cheat for Sims.
No.
Yes, we did. Everyone did.
I never played Sims. Never.
You never fucking played on PC way back?
That doesn't count. When they made us play it in school.
They made you play Sims in school?
During one of the computer classes, when it first dropped. Like the kids, we all had to create like a functioning society. Like with like you had to plan out your town for like
Sim City? You're talking about Sim City.
Is there a difference?
There's all sort. There's Tycoon. There's Roller Coaster Tycoon. There's
I don't
theme park
fucking remember.
simulator.
All I remember was a computer class. We had to create a town and had to work.
That's Sim City. I'm talking about.
Fucking no.
I played that too. Actually, Civilization. You probably wouldn't like that, but. No, The Sims, where you play as a person in like the house and everything. You didn't kill off your characters or any of that shit. You didn't do any of that.
Why would I play as a person?
What the fuck kind of gamer are you?
Hold on. Answer me this.
Yeah.
What did you do for fun? What was your playtime in this game? What did you do in this game?
Usually what I would do.
No. What was the point of the game?
That's a good question. I don't know.
So were you supposed to live this person's life?
Probably.
Wake up, go to work, come home from work, cook dinner?
Probably. I imagine that's the point
I
of
hope
it.
there's a fucking fat, greasy ball fucking white dude masturbating while playing my character right now. Me.
I don't know. You're lucky you didn't have me playing your character because you'd be no.
Over the lake.
Usually, what I would do is build a separate wall in between walls and have them stuck there. Then they die, form like a tombstone, form a ghost, and the next family would move into the house. I like horror movies.
So, no, I never played The Sims because
I'm
The Sims.
legitimately shocked because that's one of the biggest
Dude,
franchises.
I played Diablo 1, Diablo 2, World of
It
Warcraft.
has nothing to do with The Sims. But that's like one of the biggest franchises. Have you played Minecraft?
Yes. I tried getting you to play Minecraft with me.
I played it. It's boring.
Not if you put people in a hole and blow them up with TNT.
No, I'm just not into like the whole block thing. Like I'm like, nah, it's not really me.
You could make the.
Like I played my daughters and I dug a giant hole down through like whatever the Nether or whatever it's called.
Well,
and I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I created an amusement park ride called Dictopia.
Yeah,
where basically you rode a cart up the shaft, and then you went into the head, and it shot you out the top, and you fell into the lake and died.
Sims.
Yeah. No, seriously, like the balls. You got in the one ball, you went around, and then it shot you up in big with a red powder stone, with the red powder and the relay switches. You could put a mine cart on it, and it'll shoot it up and keep going. And then right near the tip, right under the base, it would go in and boop, out the tip.
So you turned it into a fucked up Magic School Bus episode. Come on, kids, let's go up the shaft. Miss Frizzle, why are you riding the... You're like pressing your face up against the front of the bus while we're going up this.
What's those red streaks going up the shaft? That's Miss Frizzle rubbing her face against it. She doesn't understand friction. That's on next episode. That's on next week's episode. But yeah, no, dude, like... No, I never played The Sims.
Huh.
I've played probably a good... In the grand scope of gaming, I can genuinely say I've probably played a good 50% of the games out there.
I don't even remember where that was going anyway. How'd we get on that? Whatever. Something about Xbox and...
Cash grab.
Yeah, but that was before. But yeah, so Resident Evil's done the whole cash grab thing and everything. Like some of their questionable choices of games they put out.
But like I said before, you slap the name on it. You got the fanboys that are just gonna grab, because you never know. You might find the next diamond in the rough, or you might find another corner in shit.
But Halo, like I said, to do that with an older game or something like that, where it's like, yeah, we'll definitely get it. Like they've done with Resident Evil, the remakes of 0, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, evidently, where they're reimagining, remaking, redoing whatever the hell they're doing. That's a cash grab. Like, that's what that is.
Yeah, I think both. I think the cash grab title works for both.
But, like, just Halo, I guess the reason why, I'm going to say arguing, but the reason I'm just headstrong on it is because that's your flagship franchise. Why would you do anything to tank it?
Because I don't think they were intentionally trying to tank it.
Well, they weren't intentionally trying to make something good. That's for sure.
But they might have been. But here's the thing: when you've got a popular name like that, think about it this way: you've got fucking Halo, iconic, all that shit. Automatically you got the fanboys who are gonna be like, "Ooh, I want to get it."
What was that theme again?
I don't remember. So like I was saying, at this point, let's try something new. Slap the Halo name on it. We know enough people will buy it to where we'll at least break even.
This is Mario.
But maybe it'll work.
Maybe.
That's what Bungie did with Destiny, and it fucking blew up.
But again, if you're gonna...
Oh, that was a big fuck you to Xbox, too.
If you're going to do that with your flagship, and if you fail through... Like, if you fail once, I get it. That happens. You put something out, you're like, look at Call of Duty Ghost Recon or whatever the hell it was.
Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost. That was fucking... I was like, what the fuck? And everyone pretty much unanimously was like, No.
Yeah, but that fucking game broke records selling right out the gate. That iconic guy with the face.
Of course it was, because it was the next Call of Duty. So everyone's going to be like, hey, yeah. See, breaking records, selling a game, and the reception after are two different things.
But knowing you can play it, knowing you can take that chance and still play it safe and still come out on top, or at least break even, why not try something different?
Trying something different's fine. Going back to Halo, though. You do that the first time, I get it. Sometimes you put something out and it just doesn't hit with the fans. Fine. The second time, all right, maybe you just kind of like stumbled or something. But 3 fucking times you put something out and it's like flop, flop, flop. I'm like, what the fuck? Like at some point, Microsoft has to go, you know what? Let's just pack this, put it on the shelf for 5, 6, 7 years or whatever it is, and come back to it like they do in movies. After a while, you get fatigued. You're like, all right, let's put the brakes on, like they did with Godzilla back in 2004. They came out with Godzilla. They're like, listen, let's put the brakes on. They did for 10 years.
Or here's an idea: you do something you know will work. Let's open up the market. Let's give this exclusive to a fan base that has always wanted it. We can reimagine, remake. We can remake Halo 1, 2, and 3. Drop them on the PlayStation market. Blow it out the fucking water.
That would be smart. Yeah.
That'd be more than smart. I'd buy that up. I have Halo on the Xbox. I have the original 3 Halos on the Xbox.
I think that would be smart on Xbox.
I'd still buy it.
On Microsoft's, like, for their end. Because then you're going to open up that franchise to a whole new... Like, I played Halo, the first Halo, on the original Xbox, on my cousin's Xbox, way back, 2001, 2?
Yeah, I won.
And haven't touched them since. Like, just... I'm not huge on first-person shooters. The only reason we got into Call of Duty is just because it was fun to play, like, zombies. Like, outside that, like, the story for Modern Warfare was cool.
Modern Warfare 1 and 2, yep.
But outside of that,
R.I.P. Shepard.
I just not since like Doom, the original Doom. You know, I didn't really care.
Doom:
about
The Dark Ages is actually kind of entertaining.
I think when I equate Doom to like 32, like 16 and 32X. Yeah, like that kind of those graphics. You're like, yeah, this is Doom. And then I see like everything else. Like this is more like Dead Space and stuff like that. Like,
No, well, I guess there's a way, like
graphically. I'm not talking about story or anything.
There's a mod in the game. If you find it in the game, you can unlock.
Oh, really?
Turn it 8-bit.
8-bit?
That's 32-bit. 32-bit.
I was gonna say, I mean, 16 or 32 would be awesome, but yeah. But so I see like I'm like, well, it looks cool, but nah.
Oh, excuse me.
You know what would be interesting to see if happens now, because they did it with Killzone, but if Helldivers now does a Halo crossover. Now I think it's viable. It might happen. Like, I say might as in it could happen now. I mean, the door's there. Whether they open it or not, I don't know.
They're so stupid if they don't. Mike, you're talking to the guy, I kid you not. I bought Final Fantasy X and X-2 for the PlayStation 2. Played them and beat them. PlayStation 3 came out. I bought the collector pack where it had 10 and X-2 in it again. PlayStation 4, I have 1, 2.
I was going to ask, why would you buy the same game over and over? But I have, it's not even anywhere near the level of Final Fantasy. I have War of the Monsters for PlayStation 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I have 10 and X-2 for PlayStation 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I've played and beaten them all.
So, whatever.
So if you sat there and Microsoft dropped Halo 1, 2, and 3, remake, whatever, on the PlayStation market, Charlie's ass would be buying them up and playing them.
I probably still wouldn't buy them. But I would be interested to see if they did a crossover, because even though, like, Killzone I played a little, and it was fine. Yeah. But when I saw the crossover, to me, that was, like, awesome. Kind of like when Gigabash does it. It's like, awesome. This IP is gaining notoriety and growing, like Helldivers-wise. So now they have Killzone in it. Now maybe we might see Halo, or whatever. I don't know what other franchises you could see in there that would kind of fit in that universe. But yeah, when Gigabash does like the Godzilla and the Ultraman, whatever the crossovers they do, I'm like, that's awesome. They're getting notoriety. It's more eyes on the product. So we'll see with Helldivers. I don't know, but I logged on the other day, a couple days ago, and played a couple matches. Played like
Josh is probably already at 150.
I think he is. I think he's topped out. I mean, he's still on fairly regularly on Helldivers. Yeah, I got burnt out. Fucking like 900 plus hours in like whatever it was, 12 months.
I think I'm still in the 70s or 80s. I don't know.
I was like, no.
I ought to just give you my login and let you play.
No. I gotta.
Something to work for.
Now I gotta. I did that for you for. What did I do that for you?
No, you
for?
didn't. For what? No, we've never done that.
No,
we joked about it.
I did that for Josh, for Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did that for him. I unlocked a shit ton of stuff for him in that. That was the first one.
Yeah, no, dude, we've joked about it, but no, we've never done it. I don't want to do it. It's all jokes aside.
No, I don't either. That's a lot of fucking work.
No, it's not even that. It basically comes down to, for me, as cool as the game is to play and fun as it gets for us to be in the mode and have our time, but the end prize, I don't need it to play the game. I could go in level 1 and have a good time with you. I can go in level 150 and have a good time with you and still reach the same goal.
Yeah. It's usually I'm a completionist. If I really like the game. Which is why this is only like one game at a time. Like with Ark, now with fucking Ark, with all the command spawns and everything, it's like, this is awesome. I don't have to grind anything. I'm so fucking sick of grinding everything. Now I can just spawn shit in and build everything I want to build. But with Helldivers, now there was 2 war bonds. It's like, oh, this is something to catch up on. Great. Which didn't take that long, but... Especially because, you log in, you get all the past things unlocked. So I immediately had like 250 medals, unlocked like half of one war bond, played a few matches, unlocked most of the rest of it. They have a guard dog now that fires an arc. I was like, yes, electricity everywhere. So I got my secondary, my primary, and the
secondary.
Guard dog. Yeah, the arc thrower, the secondary weapon.
The colon?
Yeah.
Oh, no. When you say secondary, I think you mean pistol.
I never use a pistol as a secondary. Actually, what I do is my primary is my secondary, and my stratagem drop is my primary.
Hell yeah.
I use the, whatever it is, the fucking huge, that 2-shot, like, mini airstrike or mini nuke. The one that you gotta aim like this, and boom, and it goes about 10 feet.
Yes, I got that.
That's
the only thing I want is the backpack hell bomb. That's the only thing I really want.
I think, I have that. Someone set that off. I thought it was far away. I heard it like, when you hear it like, I'm like, what's that? And I was firing. Everyone got on the plane. I went to turn around. Boom! It just died, and then they automatically flew away. I'm like, oh, well, there it was. It was right next to the plane. Yeah, but they have the arc pack now. I was like, this is great. There's going to be lightning flying every direction now. I can't wait.
Tesla Tower, arc thrower,
yeah,
arc
the
guard
Tesla
dog.
Tower too. I'm going to have, nobody play with me. You're all going to
standing in the middle.
You're all going to die.
Love the power the electric armor.
I'll get the armor where it's like 80% or 95% resistance, 95. I think. Yeah. You can take a couple hits before you die. Anywho. I think there's more. Me and my son poisoned back. Somewhere. Oh, yeah. Then might as well go with Xbox. There's a whole bunch of like massive layoffs with Microsoft. It was like 4% of Microsoft. It was like some 900,000 jobs or some yeah.
What?
Or I think 4% of those layoffs were in the Xbox division.
Well, I don't know how true it is, but over the last couple of years, there's been rumors that Xbox was going to start pumping the brakes on its console development. And I don't know
if it's not 900 jobs. I got it. Go ahead.
I don't know if it's shift gears or shift directions, but
what, Microsoft?
Drinking water.
You talk Microsoft shifting directions?
Yeah.
I have a theory /
so
educated guess on that.
The rumors have been over the last year or two that Microsoft was going to start pumping the brakes on its console development.
Right.
And it was going to go one of two ways. It was either going to become like Sega and become solely a game development company, or...
That's what I think is going to happen.
They were going to start trying to go towards like, okay, PlayStation Portable's working pretty good, Switch is still killing it, Xbox doesn't have a hand in the portable gaming division. So they were going to start leaning towards like trying to come up with something like a Steam Deck.
Well, they do now.
They do, yes. Which is what I've seen. I'm like, okay, maybe that's good, but there's still rumors circulating about game development.
I think that part of what you said, and then added on to it, the first part of the consoles becoming a developer, I think what they're going to do, because every console, like Sony, Microsoft, when they release their consoles, the price they sell them, they always sell them for a loss. Like, if PlayStation didn't have Sony and if Xbox didn't have Microsoft, I guarantee you both of those systems would have been out the door a long time ago, because they don't make the money that you think they make. Their consoles themselves, when they put those consoles out, they put them out at the cost they do, hoping that the franchises, the games that go along with them, will make up the difference in cost. That's why which they do. But if it wasn't for the two big companies owning PlayStation and Xbox, I guarantee you both PlayStation and Xbox wouldn't be a thing anymore. Now, where Xbox is okay with that, they have PC. I think what they're going to do, what Xbox is going to do, is slowly, basically, you notice that the Xbox is becoming more and more just a PC now. Like, over the last couple, they've kind of geared direction that way. I think what they're going to do is, one, kind of fade out the Xbox into, like, as a console and just basically turn it into a low-cost PC, like an entry-level kind of thing. And then that way, Microsoft's just going to have their PCs, which they already do, which they already make a killing in. So, and then what they're going to do is really focus on cloud streaming, like the cloud streaming. Like Xbox Game Pass is more successful than PlayStation's.
Xbox always has had a better online streaming. Because
and I think that is where they're going to They're going to kind of fade out their loss, basically. Get rid of the console, have your PC, have your Game Pass, and then, like you said, developing, just basically be a game developer, have your franchises, basically rent them out, for lack of a better term, to Sony, to Nintendo, to whoever the fuck, and then you're getting rid of your red, portion of your business model, and you're just profiting now everywhere. I think that would be the smart thing to do, because really in this day and age, we're kind of now just getting out of the console exclusive, the PlayStation exclusive, Xbox exclusive, because everybody's like, and this has been said for the last 10 years, like, listen, I have a PlayStation, my games are played on here, but for this game, half of my buddies have an Xbox, and we can't play together, and it's fucking... And so you started to see the intro of cross-platform games. Brawlhalla, War Thunder, Call of Duty, Helldivers.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Now there's a lot of... So now it's like you're at that doorstep of all right, we do... we cross-platform every fucking game. Why don't we just say, we're not doing console exclusives anymore? All games would just be cross-platform. You play on whatever system you want. Xbox will be like, all right, we're just not going to do the console. And I guarantee you what'll happen after that is Sony might follow suit and be like, yeah, why don't we just kind of do the PC thing? And then everything which, honestly, probably the better idea. Because with PlayStation, you get a system, now you have to know the insides of a custom-built computer, basically. You can't just go to... whatever computer shop and buy new components and upgrade it. You have to either have it custom made or it's just outdated and you have to get the new system. So you got to get a whole new system. With PC, it's like, shit, my shit's running old and slow. I'll just upgrade it. I'll go get a new graphics card, new memory card, new whatever. And then you just upgrade it. So really, that would be the smarter thing to do for the gamer thing. Now you get the old school gamers like me. It's like, I don't want to fucking learn how to like install all this shit and everything. Well, there's another skill to learn, and then you have a whole business on your own. It's like, I'll do it for you. I don't know where the fuck. Anyway, so on
Xbox laying off people.
Yeah, so Microsoft announces another round of AI-related layoffs targeting gaming and engineering workers. This was just released an hour ago, so here we go again. On July 2nd, Microsoft expanded a long run of layoffs by announcing a workforce reduction of up to 4% or about 9,100 jobs. These add to over 8,000 layoffs this year at the company, including about 6,000 layoffs in May in total. This year's layoffs have hit over 7% of the global workforce. Most of the specific cuts to be made in this latest round have yet to be identified. Company executives have emphasized an aim to remove layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. So far this year, all of the layoffs have affected product managers and program managers. Over 40% of the job cuts have been in software engineering. Jobs in Microsoft's home state of Washington have been hit hardest. But the layoffs affect its global workforce more generally, including layoffs in California as well as Europe, Australia, New Zealand, blah, blah, blah. What is this? A popular Reddit Reddit. Reddit's a cesspool. January this year terminated about 2,000 workers. It doesn't give a number. I guess they're just preparing to do it again. There's no actual number of what they're actually going to do. But, you know what's interesting too is, I guess, Perfect Dark, they were going to redo that, and they canceled that. Well, I guess that was, and you mean another like DEI kind of thing, and
Excuse me.
Whoa, that was like,
I'm allergic to DEI.
oh, sorry, dude. I just realized. 30% of software coding work at Microsoft is done by AI. Well, that explains it. It's like, listen, we have AI to do. Listen, AI is great, and it's also going to cost a lot of jobs in the long run. McDonald's workers, right to Microsoft. Nobody's safe.
It's funny how they're going off of, they're going after the fat, greasy people first.
Yeah, wait a minute.
That's a good thing you can't AI in my job yet.
Yet.
I said yet.
Well, I just went backwards and everything I was talking about here, but so let's start the show. Alligator Alcatraz.
Here, here. Welcome to the gulag.
Have you seen? Yeah, but it's not for us.
I'm just saying.
Well, for me, I don't know.
Dick.
I can't laugh. It hurts.
Karma's the bitch. Pendejo.
I can't handle the sun like you can.
The worst part is I got light parts on my body because of the way I dress for work, but I still go without a shirt, and it's like, fuck, man, I'm brown. Damn it. It's not what I wanted. I mean, it's not like being brown's a bad thing. I'm just saying. Like, I want to be red like white people for once. Wait, white people aren't red. I'm confused.
No, I'm confused. How?
Predator. PR.
What? Oh, it's Josh. He's back online. Probably playing Helldivers. Alligator Alcatraz. Have you heard anything about it? Have you seen it?
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Okay. You haven't seen it? Okay.
I will tell you what I've heard.
Okay, this ought to be good.
Basically, they're putting a prison ish thing in the middle of an alligator-infested swamp.
Yeah, the Everglades. It's an old airfield.
Basically, if you escape,
I think if you escape and make it out of like the 50-mile radius, yeah, give them a card.
Welcome to the Gulag.
That's right. I was like, if you can do all that, now you have to enlist. I think that's fair.
I'm not arguing.
That's it's about a 50-mile radius around it, or yeah, in any direction where you're just in the middle of swamp, the Everglades.
And it's not even just the alligators you have to worry about.
No.
There's a lot of other things. A lot of venomous things and
mosquitoes alone. Yeah.
Disease spreading things.
Yeah. Like Karens.
They should put like herpes infested pedophiles in the alligator swamps for food.
Well, I mean,
and then when they see a Mexican guy that's probably in his 40s but looks like he's 12 running through, oh, I'm going to get you. Oh, I'm going to get you.
So yeah, it's of course it's being compared to like Auschwitz. Like the left is like, oh, it's Nazis. Like, stop bastardizing the term. Like, just stop it. The Nazis did this too. The Nazis did this. This is Auschwitz. It's bad. Don't be a Nazi hater. I mean, don't hate people like Nazis. There we go.
See, when it comes down to it, the Jews and the Germans, they both had their goods and bads. You know, Jews are good with money. Germans are bad at hygiene. I mean, have you seen their showers?
It's like it's like a clean room.
Edit that.
I've got nothing to say. Facts are facts.
Is it racist to compliment a race based on their ability to manage money?
I don't know. Is it racist to say that a country not wanting a whole bunch of other people in their country that don't speak their language is racist? Is that racist?
I think it's prejudice, but not
I
racist.
don't even think it's prejudice, to be honest with you.
Well, no, I don't think it's...
I think a bare minimum, if you go to another person's country, now this is just completely
you
off topic.
should learn the language.
You should learn the basics of communication in that country.
But is it wrong for that person to still be able to speak their own language, or
no, of course not.
Speak their not only be able to speak their own language, but be able to choose to speak their language within their community?
No, absolutely not. That's not what I think. That's the misconception. But well, maybe not. I've had a lot of debates in the last couple of weeks with a lot of liberals and stuff, and I think most of them are disingenuous. Some of them, I think, it is a misconception that's what a lot of people, moderates, right wing, when they say you should, like, if you come to America, you should have to speak American English. I think the misconception of some of them are like you just said, is like, oh man, you can't, like, you just stop them from speaking their native tongue. It's like, no, absolutely not.
No.
But if you're if I go to Sweden, I'm not going to be like, well, I'm not going to bother trying to learn
see, that's not appropriate. I agree with you there. 100%.
No, you learn their customs and their way of doing things.
Because you're a guest in their house.
Exactly, Arnold. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Remember when he was on The View?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you go to their country, you are a guest. It's like if you have someone invited over to your house, you're a guest in their house. You go in there, you wipe your feet, take your shoes off. They want them, whatever their rules are, you follow their rules, and that's it. There is no anything else. It's black and white. And if you're not going to do it,
it doesn't matter if you're black or white
or brown. In this case. But yeah, so you follow their rules, and that's it. So is that racist? No, I don't think so.
Joke. You're gonna have to edit this one out.
Then why even bother telling it? If you're gonna make me go fucking search through the video, edit it out, why are you doing this to me?
Because you're gonna want to hear it.
Oh God. Can it wait till after?
Yes.
Okay.
Remind me, Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sorry, folks, but
Don't get to hear this one.
Blame YouTube.
Yeah, not just YouTube. I think, no, don't blame YouTube. Blame the fucking couple of real fucking rat-tailed scumbags who are in the background pulling the string. This is what YouTube used to be, but...
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess
YouTube
blame like the 1% of the audiences out there of everywhere. I'd be like, manager, the Karens, if you will.
Karens and the Kevins.
Yeah, the Kevins. Yeah, I knew there was. It's like it's not Chad. I guess it is a Kevin. Maybe a Bill.
Buffalo Bill?
No, Bill's too unassuming.
Yeah.
Bill's like the guy that's just like,
I'm thinking of Buffalo Bob.
I'm Bill. Yeah, Bob. That's something different.
I'm only doing this because I heard what that Buffalo Bob did.
So, but
both up your bunghole. Ooh,
the left is like screaming Nazi and everything else, and comparing this to Auschwitz, which is funny coming from the left. There's a lot of the same group always screams like Antifada and From the River to the Sea.
Yeah,
just like the Jews. But then, like, Nazi Germany is like, all right, fucking pick a side here. Just, and then this isn't like one day. They argue this, and all of a sudden there's something going on. Right? They argue that. They just have to be like oppressed. And like, we gotta like jump on everyone's fucking bandwagon here and just argue shit. So yeah, Alligator Alcatraz. That's pretty much the gist of it. It's like this really quick put together detention center. It's all chain link fences and everything. But evidently, there's going to be another one put up, and possibly other ones around the country, their own way. Like, say, we have Adirondack Alcatraz. We don't have
Grizzly Alcatraz.
I think Alaska's like, well, we don't have gators, but we have bears.
Grizzly Alcatraz.
Yeah,
And instead of grizzly bears, you'll get like 5,000 homosexual, assless chaps wearing bears.
That's cockatoos.
In the woods around the prison.
If you've seen a grizzly, you probably would rather have the alligator.
I don't know. They're both pretty fucking bad, painful ways to go.
Yeah, I know. An alligator can run at about 25 miles an hour for a short burst of like 20, 30 yards.
Bear can run longer.
It can. And it's fucking huge.
Yeah,
I mean, even a black bear, brown bear, Mom was a bitch. Like,
I'm telling Mom what she said. Mom was a bitch. No, yeah. When it comes down to it, dude, that's not a coin I want to flip.
What about like in Nevada, way out in the desert? What do you call that?
Oh God,
Armadillo Alcatraz.
No, fuck that.
This could be like a whole like series.
Desert spiders and the fucking. Oh God.
I think just like the extreme temperature shifts. Pretty much, this is what you do. You take like Man vs. Wild. Everywhere he went, like in the United States, is like, yeah, we'll just put one there. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if we went somewhere like Patagonia. It's not even here. Anyway, Alligator Alcatraz 2.0. Second migrant detention center planned in Florida Everglades. They're going to have a fucking another one. They're going to connect them. Florida's first migrant detention center and deportation facility, dubbed Alligator Alcatraz, has officially opened deep in the Everglades, drawing applause from Republicans and sharp condemnation from Democrats and environmental advocates. The facility opened last Tuesday with a presidential visit, and shortly after began receiving detainees. Yeah, it was fucking quick. It's like, oh yeah, this is what it is. Send them in.
We haven't even finished building. They're going to build it. Don't worry.
Yeah. We'll build it as they come.
We're going to build it one wall at a time.
Yeah. Look, walls work. They keep... The temporary facility with the capacity of up to 3,000 detainees was fast-tracked into existence just weeks after Florida Attorney General James Udemeyer pitched the idea. Look how things come together when they really want them. Like, otherwise, like, oh, there's so much tape to go through. We'll start the process now, and in 10 years, it'll be almost done.
Oh, yeah.
And this is like, why don't we make a detain... We're on it. I didn't even finish my sentence. And we're going to make another one. What? Will be treated fairly and processed swiftly. Yes. We'll make sure people get the necessary due process, Udemeyer said. We'll get them in, get them out. But the reassurance hasn't quelled growing criticism. Democrats in Florida Senate, House, and congressional delegation have voiced strong objections, especially over environmental and human rights concerns. Florida's river of grass is no place for a prison.
Hold on a second. Hold the fuck on a second.
Okay.
The Democrats are so worried
Right.
about the living conditions.
Right.
Have they not been to half the fucking prisons in America that house legal U.S. citizens that are now criminals? You're worried about criminal migrants being detained in a facility, but you're not worried about the homeless shelters, the current...
I was going to say Tent City.
You're not worried about the living conditions of the current incarceration establishments?
I don't know.
It's amazing how they're suddenly interested in human rights and living conditions when it's in regards to criminal migrants, but
My favorite argument is always like, they haven't done anything wrong, or show me what laws they broke. That's a special one. This is one I heard recently. I go, well, and I brought up like all the laws that I showed you. We talked about in the last episode, but then I also said is like, and as far as like what show me what laws they broke. It's those, and what are they doing once they're here? It's like, well, technically, every day they're here, it's illegal for them not only to break into the country, basically what they're doing, but also to harbor, which is staying. So every single day they're here after law broke, law broke, law broke, law broke. So just as face value and a default, that's a broken law. Now going past that, you get your extreme examples of, all the crazy burnings and everything else, and robberies and murders and what was YouTube wanted? Grapes now, I guess. Fucking fruit. Grapes. Just minus the G.
Oh.
YouTube. Rape. I'm not good at this. We urge you to immediately reverse course, halt construction activity, and fully withdraw the proposal to establish any detention facility at the Dade Collier site, said U.S. Rep. Debbie Wasserman. We further request that you commit to a transparent and science-based environmental review process for any future development plans affecting the Everglades region. Meanwhile, roughly 400 miles north, Florida is preparing to break ground on a second facility at Camp Blanding, a Florida National Guard base. State Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie said construction could begin as soon as the week following the holiday weekend.
Oh, Jesus.
I would say right down your... right after your wonderful Independence Day, we will start construction near the facility. Could house an additional 2,000 detainees, bringing the state's totals up to 5,000. In regards to the amount of detainees they have...
It's a drop in the bucket compared to what came in.
Yes, but what was said was that, okay, so an argument was, it's going to cost up to $450 million a year to hold like 1,000 or 2,000, whatever people. Okay? One, that's, yes, but it's disingenuous. Half of that. $450 million. Up to, yes, it will. Because I think it's like $250 a person, or a bed, basically, a day to hold them. But here's the thing. That's a bed a day. That's not a person in that bed. So you have one person come in. They're there for a day, a week maybe.
Okay.
And they're out. The next comes into that bed. So it's a revolving door. So it'll cost $450 million for them. The answer to that is a big, beautiful bill. Because the Border Patrol now, or not Border Patrol specifically, but Border Security, got $170 billion in new funding. $45 billion of that went to ICE to doing all this.
Yeah.
So it's way in their budget now to do all this. Not a problem.
Okay. So, at the end of the day, dropping the bucket's not a good way to look at it because as fast as they're in, they're out. And let's say how many criminal migrants came in? What was the rough guesstimate?
It was it's like 12 or 15. They said up to 20 million.
All right, so let's figure calculator.
I think like the most I.
Let's say 1 week. 1 week is how long these people stay. So 5,000 times 52.
For this one, it's 52,000. Oh, 5,000. Okay.
Yeah, because let's say this facility can house up to 5,000.
Right, so it's like 260,000.
260,000 in a year.
Mm-hmm. From one facility.
From one facility time. Now let's say this is the only facility that does it. You said there's 20 million.
Oh, geez, it's going to take like what, 8?
If 20 million was the number, it's going to take 76 years to get rid of all of them.
Yeah. 1776. Boy, that's patriotic. It's almost like they planned it that way. Like when they signed the big beautiful bill on July 4th.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear? Speaking of that, did you hear about the one girl, the teacher? Forgot what state she was in. She posted a video across all the social platforms about, it's ironic that they're signing this big, beautiful bill on July 4th. What would the odds be of them doing it outside? I mean, that'd be a great opportunity for anybody that wanted to.
Didn't she get in trouble for that?
Yeah, and she had to do an apology.
There was also another one where someone, I guess, was making fun of like conservative kids or something like that, and Texas flood that went through that are missing, something to that effect. I just briefly saw that today.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm like, you have no fucking decency. There's certain things you're like, no.
Well, I guess no, because that was a hypothetical. I was to say, is it really that bad of them to do that when the conservatives and the Republicans were making jokes about the 4-H movement, whatever it was, where the women were shaving their hair.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're not going to breed. They're not going to get pregnant. Yeah. So the conservative women are like,
it's like, okay, well, you're just doing us a favor. Yeah. It's like, hey, look, it's like a red flag right there. You can see. That was a hypothetical. I supported that movement. I was like, yes, absolutely. You should show those men, those cucks are not going to fucking
get pregnant by those men. Only conservative women should be reproducing. So that's more of a hypothetical. I guess you really couldn't compare that to making fun of kids that went missing.
Now, maybe it's this is like a disingenuous. This is me bringing myself down to that level for argument. But when I see those super leftist rallies or whatever, and it's a bunch of feminists, fifth wave feminists, it's the modern feminists now, or whatever they call themselves, whatever you want to call them, and there's that one guy out of 150 women who are like, yeah, and I also support. It's like every time I see that guy, however he looks, I'm like, that guy's a fucking cuck. 110%.
He definitely watched his wife get banged by other guys.
And he's only doing it to be like, yeah, I'm part of you. Will any of you sleep with me?
I'll let my wife do all these things. Somebody should throw me a bone in my mouth.
Okay, that's encounters. This is fiscal year totals. 23 to 24 is 2.9 million. 22 is 2.76 million.
So hold on, now I'm curious. So let's say it's 5,000 a day. So that'd be 365. Wow.
That's just the southwest border. All right, so as far as totals, I don't know.
Jesus, even with one day. If that facility can house up to 5,000 people and they're in one day, out the next, that's 10 years, almost 11 years before all 20 million criminal migrants are gone.
And that now, if we have let's say conservative. We have a detention center, like 1 in 10 different states. They got to be fucking crazy states, though.
All right,
like,
so-
you got to have one in Montana.
So let's
You
say
gotta
there's
have one in
10
Nevada.
facilities. Let's say there's 10 facilities around the country.
You got to have one in L.A., right in Skid Row. Right in the middle of
So
Skid
what,
Row.
we figured 260,000 times 10. That's 2.6 million people a year.
Right.
Seven and a half years to get rid of all 20 million criminal
I
migrants.
think in Trump's third term, he'll be able to pull it off.
But now, if there was one in every state,
50 of them, huh? Boy, he'll have it done by next Thursday.
so 5,000.
I mean, the first one came up out of nowhere. The second one now is on plan to be opened up probably next week.
If he opened up one in every state, it would take less than 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I've got high hopes. I've got high hopes. High in the sky hopes.
Got to catch them all.
Oh my God. That'd be great. And instead of a Pokeball, it's a taser. Illegal. I choose you.
Oh, he's a schizo.
Minus
Fuck.
And what do the narrators say? Minus a little blood in the urine, he was all right.
Yeah.
Fucking great movie.
Everyone, yeah, so yeah, he signed the big, beautiful bill which took care of the funding for ICE and all that. And then everyone's been up in arms about
Medicaid?
Medicaid, Medicare.
So Medicaid, Medicare, whatever it is. So here's the thing.
I'll cover this last.
Yeah.
for you.
So the only issue I have with that is, and it's not towards Trump or the bill itself.
Right.
The fact that people are like, millions of people are going to lose insurance. You mean fat ass fucking Karen, who is on disability because back in 2004, her cuckold husband and her were at a feminist rally, and she slipped and fell on a dick and pulled her hip. So she hasn't worked in 21 years because she has a disability.
Man.
Even though doctors have cleared her to work,
Right.
she gets free insurance. Well, this big, beautiful bill takes it away from her because she needs to go through all these hoops now to get it back.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Really quick, before let's tear into it. It's not taking away the opportunity for people to have insurance. It's putting a guideline of what you need to do to qualify, what you need to be going through to qualify.
You can't tell them that. What do you mean? Because every argument I've seen, every left-wing news headline, clickbait, whatever you want to call it, is how this big, beautiful bill, exactly what you say, is going to take insurance away from millions of people. And they include senior citizens and underage and all that kind of thing. It's like, well, it's going to take it away from everybody. It's going to fuck everybody. I'm like, so? Doing what I usually do on the weekends when I'm out having a fire, I'm like, let's do some research. So I sat out there for like 3 hours, just going through things, going through the bill, and so this is what I got. So it's going to cut everyone from Medicaid. Let's see what it actually does. Common Medicaid exceptions for or after conservative healthcare reforms. The group or the situational typical exception or protection. Pregnant women often still covered due to maternal health concerns. Some proposals maintain limited parental and postpartum coverage, 60 days to 12 months, which is what it is already now.
So that's not going to change, okay.
All right. Children. Children often remain covered via Medicare or CHIP, Child's Health Insurance Program, like Child Health Care Plus, even if adult coverage is reduced. So that won't change. How about disabled individuals? Medicaid coverage for people with disabilities is often preserved or phased out more slowly to avoid backlash. So we don't know.
Well, because here's the thing. Because I've done some clickbait myself. They're like, oh, it's going to take away people with disabilities insurance. If you lost a fucking leg in a car accident or serving your country or because you got kidnapped and held in a basement and tortured, you have a viable disability.
I'll get to that because that's
so you are covered. It's not going to take away people who actually have disabilities. But if you go into a doctor's office and say, I get nervous around people I don't know.
My nipples change
anxiety.
Too much.
You have a disability. Here's your insurance coverage.
Right, yeah.
But then you see that same fucking person on Instagram that night taking body shots from fucking Johnny Sins or whatever fucking porn star you could think of, and they're pouring vodka down the dick into his mouth, her mouth.
I bet you that burns.
She's really anxiety. He or she suffers real anxiety around people they don't know.
The disability is vague because it says Medicaid coverage for people with disabilities is often preserved. You know, like you said, the ones is like, yeah, I'm kind of missing both legs. What the fuck do you want me? You know, or phased out, which in this case, I think that's what's happening. Is they're going to phase out this like, listen, Karen. Your cat running away at 8 years old shouldn't be affecting you 26 years later. You know? So we're going to kind of pull back on
Let me ask you something then. So one thing I did read into was it's not going to, you correct me if I'm wrong, it's not going to just instantly, gotcha, bitch, and take away people's insurance.
No.
Because the way you said that triggered something I remember reading.
Okay.
One of the things I'm pretty sure the way I took
triggering.
The way I took it, the way it read, was if, let's say, someone suffers from clinical anxiety or depression or something like that, and it's for some trumped up bullshit excuse like Karen or Kevin's cat or dog ran away when they were 8,
right,
and now they suffer anxiety from it today.
Right.
It's not going to pull the insurance away from them. It's going to say, hey, look, this is what you need to do to maintain the insurance. Mm-hmm. We're going to put you on a therapy program for a year. If you don't do this, you lose it. But if you do it, you'll maintain coverage until you're cured.
Now, I haven't heard.
Or you actually fail at life, at which point you really do have anxiety and will give you some coverage, but not covering that mole removal off of your dickhead or your clitoris lip, your labia lip, so that you can go and do your OnlyFans better.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything like as far as exactly the methods they're going to go through for this individual thing or that individual thing. Like that, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but the elderly in nursing homes, long-term care coverage for seniors is rarely fully eliminated due to public sensitivity. They will still receive Medicaid assistance. Veterans. Many proposals include protections or exemptions for veterans through VA benefits, and primary Medicaid can cover gaps. So that's still going to do. Mm-hmm. Native Americans often receive special consideration and separate Medicaid funding streams under federal treaties and IHS, in the Indian Health Service. So that's not going to be touched. The emergency medical care, even undocumented immigrants are entitled to emergency Medicaid for life-threatening conditions. So that won't change, which is pretty much kind of a universal thing across the board.
Yeah, so you can't deny treatment.
Yeah, like that's the same way if U.S. citizens go anywhere, if something happens.
Yeah.
For the most part, there are all those crazy countries like South Africa, but we won't talk about that. Dual eligibles, Medicare and Medicaid. Low-income seniors and people with disabilities who qualify for both usually retain access through benefits, though benefits might be limited. Medically needy and spend-down populations, some states maintain medically needy pathways for individuals with high Medicaid expenses who don't initially qualify based on income. Often added, even if a reform bill includes Medicaid work requirements, the following groups. Okay, yeah. So even if a reform bill includes Medicaid work requirements for like the Karens and the Kevins or whatever. The following groups are usually exempt: children under 18, pregnant women, people with disabilities, primary caregivers of young children or disabled relatives, elderly individuals over 65, full-time students sometimes. Summary: if the Big Beautiful Bill aimed at reducing Medicaid was passed, exemptions would most certainly remain for politically sensitive and vulnerable groups: children, elderly, disabled, pregnant women, and certainly low-income and emergency cases. Since then, it has been passed, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, basically, it's just if you're able-bodied enough to get up and go to the store and buy that fucking Slim Jim or that Ho-Ho, or you have to get in your fucking Chrysler Pacifica or Town Country and go get your fucking Starbucks.
I guess SNAP is being like heavily changed too. So you're not gonna see that. I think that's more on RFK's end though.
Yeah,
like they're changing it so you can't just go and buy fucking Mountain Dew and shit like that with SNAP, like 8 bottles of it, and like the fuck, like milk, water, beef,
eggs, bread,
yeah,
milk, cheese, mayo, basic foods that you need
like
to survive.
healthy foods.
Like, you don't need Slim Jims and Mountain Dew to survive. You need a fucking well-balanced diet.
Right. Like and
that's saying something coming from fucking me.
Yes, that's true.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I had my first soda of the day when I came over here to do this show.
That's everyone's vacationing. What kind of ACO do you like?
Full ACO, maybe.
The full kind.
Fully. Oh, I get it.
1, 2.
Fuck you.
Are you going to see Mike Tyson? Are you going up Saturday? It's so I'm going. I don't know where to.
With you. Anyone else gonna go?
Just me and Emma. Probably. Girlie's probably not going to go that day. We'll probably go up the day before with her, because that day, just wild guess, I'll be standing in line at least an hour. Yeah. Like when I went and met, and like she doesn't know who Mike Tyson is. Like she maybe would have understood Kane Hodder. It's like, yeah, that's Jason. Oh, Jason. But Mike Tyson's like, who the hell's Mike Tyson? So I was like, she'll probably be at her grandmother's on that day. But yeah, definitely going up.
Yeah, I'd like to go.
Probably bringing that with me.
I gotta get something Mike Tyson can sign. Oh no, I was looking down trying to think. No, my penis.
Oh, your socks? You would sign my socks? Just my sock.
They're black.
They have silver Sharpie.
That's true.
I thought about having them sign that one like everyone else, and I'm like, nah, that one wouldn't be right. That's got to be that one. Unfortunately, it has to be on the
And then
front.
you get it certified.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a place up there. I'm sure there's got to be a place up there to get it certified.
Yeah, you get the paperwork.
I got to call them, too.
Then you could fucking sell it.
I'm not selling that shit. I have Terry Funk's signature right there on that belt.
Did you get it certified?
No. And I used to have Ronda Rousey's on my old version, but I sold it.
You met Ronda Rousey?
No, I didn't meet her. Someone sold it, and I was like, I got the thing, and I'm like, whose signature is that? And I looked at it, and I started searching around on the internet, and like, fuck me, it's Ronda Rousey.
I'd let her
Sign your belt
while I'm wearing it.
and nothing else. Bye.